Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to see 5 questions of Python language which is used in interview. Okay. So first question is, how will you reverse a list in Python? Okay. So if we have to reverse a list in Python, so we can use two ways. One is reserve function and another one is slicing. Okay. Let's take an example. Here is an example. My list. I define my list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to reverse this list. So for that I use slicing. So here I use slicing operator, okay, and I print reverse list. So here I get my list is reversed, okay. So this is slicing operator, and the second one is reverse function. So here I define my list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my list dot reverse function, and I print my list. So my list is become reverse. Initially it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after using reverse function it will become 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So using these two ways we can reverse our list. Okay, and one is the reverse function and another one is the slicing. Okay, now second question is, what is the purpose of the finally block in a try except finally statement? Okay, so let's try to understand what is try except and finally statement. Okay, so in try except finally statement, the try block lets you test a block of code of error. Okay, using except block we handle the errors. Using else block we execute the code when there is no error, and finally block lets you execute the code regardless of the result of try and except blocks. Okay, so finally block lets us execute the code regardless of the result of the try and except block. Okay, so let's take an example. Here I try to write some code. Okay, so here is a try block. Okay, in that try block I define x is equal to int input, enter a number. Okay, so it will be integer, and we have to input a number. Okay, we have to enter a number, and our result will be x divided 10 divided by x, and we have to print result. Whatever number we will enter, that should be divided, that should divide 10. Okay, now next one is except block. If we enter x is equal to 0, then it will then this code will be execute. Okay, so therefore except 0 division error, if we enter 0, then our code print error cannot be divided by 0. If we enter invalid number, okay, then our code return please enter a valid number. And finally block always execute your code regardless of whether the exception occurred or not. Okay, finally block execute code in any condition, means exception occurred or not. Okay, so let's try to run this code. Here first I entered number which is equal to 2. So the result is 5, means 10 can be divided by 2. So our result is 5, and here is the finally block. This will always be executed regardless of exceptions. Okay. Now let's try to enter 0. Okay. So let's enter 0. So our code gives error cannot divided by 0. Okay, means we cannot divide 10 by 0. So this code is executed, and our finally block is also executed. Now let's enter invalid number. I enter 2.5. So our code gives please enter a valid number, and again finally block is executed, means finally block is used to execute whatever will be the condition. Okay, So this is the purpose of finally block. Finally block lets you execute the code regardless of the result of try and except block. Okay. So this is the purpose of finally block. Now third question is, how do you create a class in Python? Now we have to create a class in Python. For that we will use class keyword, and that is followed by the class name and a colon. Okay, let's understand it is let's understand using an example. So here I define a class which is car. For that we're gonna use class keyword, and after that we define our class which is car. Okay, now class attributes, wheels is equal to 4. So car have 4 wheels, so wheels is equal to 4. Now we're gonna construct method. For that we're gonna use init, def function using init. Okay, so def init self color. Okay, self dot color is equal to color, then instance method. So def start engine self print engine started. Okay, so let's run this code. Now my car is equal to car, color is equal to blue. Okay, now this is gonna print these things. Print my color, print my car dot color, print my car dot wheels, my car dot start engine. After this, the color of car is equal to blue. So first we print color of car which is equal to blue. Here we define color of car. In second line we print wheels of car which is equal to 4. So this is the result of our code. So color of car is blue, wheels are 4, and engine started. So like this we can create a class using class keyword. Now the fourth question is, how do you break out a loop in Python? Okay, so in Python you can break out a loop using break keyword. Okay, the break statement is used to exit the innermost loop prematurely regardless of the loop condition. So if we have to break out loop, for that we will use break keyword. If we have to exit loop prematurely, then we will use break keyword. Okay, and for that I'll take, so let's understand this using a example. Now break function, now break keyword is used in for loop as well as in while loop. Okay, so let's understand while loop. Okay, so I define number is equal to 2, then while number is less than 5, print number. If number is equal to 2, break. Okay, and number plus is equal to 1. So when we run this code, then our output is 0, 1, 2, means our loop exit when number is 2. Now let's understand for loop. Here for I in range 5, print I. If I is equal to 2, break. Let's run this code and we will get this output 0, 1, 2. Means when I is equal to 1, then our code exit prematurely. Okay, using break keyword in Python, we can exit loop prematurely. Okay, now the fifth question is, how do you create a list using list comprehension in Python? Now you can make a new list using list comprehension by writing a compact formula. Okay, means we have to make new list using list comprehension. We just need one line code. Okay, so let's understand using an example. Now we have to make a list of square of numbers. So here I define numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have to do square of these numbers. So square of numbers is equal to num double star 2 for num in numbers. Okay, now print square of numbers. So we get 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Means using list comprehension, we just square the numbers using a one line code. If we use for loop to do square of numbers, then we have to write a code in 4 to 5 lines. Okay, so here is the example. Numbers is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squares is equal to 2. Then we have to write a for loop for num in numbers square dot append num double star 2, and then we get square of those numbers. So we have to write 4 to 5 line code, but using list comprehension we just we can just write a one line code and we will get square of number. So this is the detailed explanation of 5 questions. Thank you so much.